Hey everyone, Majestic Mayhem here. I am a burlesque performer from London and I'm super excited to be here in Berlin at the SX Festival, an expo that is showcasing emerging trends and new cultures in the SX and FET space. This is all centered around innovation, futurism, community, education, unapologetic self-expression, content creation, and breaking through social stigmas and taboos. We are here to meet and speak to as many sassy wonders as we possibly can that are the explorers of intimacy, dating, kink, the seekers of Essex culture, and beyond the standard of the most futuristic pleasure products out there.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Bishop Black. I've been a performer for over 10 years, but I started working in the sex industry when I was like 19.
Okay.
My first film was when I was 23, but I now live in Berlin since 15 years.
So how are you finding the event? Like, what's sort of one thing that's really like stood out to you so far?
It's my first time at Sex Tech. I know a lot of like performers within the industry, so it's really lovely to reconnect because a lot of people are not living here who I know, so they're coming through for Sex Tech, and it's really lovely to reconnect and everything.
Yeah.
There's like panel discussions going on right now about like really important topics about the sex industry, how we're being also like, you know, silenced, and like how can we move forward in this time when there's a very big sex negative curve, a wave that's happening.
Yes.
In a way that like people are like either like demonizing the porn industry, but also similarly, I think what's important is that we have to remind ourselves that this is an industry that requires actual contribution as opposed to using it as like a grip. I've always been a person who really believes in creativity and creating things that can actually like, you know, give a sense of expression of who you are, not only as a porn performer, but also like, you know, as a creator.
Yeah.
And I don't like when people utilize the industry that I've been in for so long as a way to like, you know, just make their buck and then bounce.
So what's like one kind of specific thing that kind of make that sort of happen?
With outside of the industry, like porn really needs to be legitimized in a way that it can be seen as an actual legitimate form of media or form of art. Because porn is essentially is art, and it's not just something to titillate. There can be really beautiful pieces of work that explore different types of sexuality. And like, I call myself like a slut, but I'm like, you know,
as you should.
Sexual, but like, I mean, like I'm really a slut.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of things that I learned through being a porn actor, but also through being able to connect with like, you know, really amazing queer performers.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of information that is not really readily available as queer people, and I feel like that needs to also like be given its like, you know, flowers, you know, like the way that we can perceive how to be sexual, but also the way that we can perceive gender and gender expression is something that I really enjoy being a scene in. And I started when I was like in my early 20s. I'm 41 now.
I must know the skincare routine. We'll get on to that later.
You already got a skincare routine, baby.
You had it here first.
And I'm like, I identify as non-binary, but like even like being like AMAP, there's a lot of stigmatization around AMAP bisexual performers, and that needs to be done.
Yeah.
That needs to be like left alone to the side. But also, as I mentioned, I think we really need to like, you know, reevaluate how we can utilize the industry and the media that we create in a way that actually like, you know, bolsters and like gives inspiration to other people, as opposed to just doing the same old thing again and again and again. We're in a really like fortuitous situation in that we have a lot of exposure on us right now, and that's partly because of like clip sites like OnlyFans, but it's also just like the actual current discourse involves a lot of like pornography. How can we also show ourselves in a way that like we are representing a shadow side of society, but also this is something that we all have within ourselves, you know, like we are fucking kinky perverts.
And there's nothing to be ashamed of.
The more we accept that and we move away from that shame, the more that we can actually start to like, you know, show different and holistic ways of representation of sexuality. That's really important for me.
So how do you keep that kind of like sassy side of yourself alive? You know, you've been doing this a long time, and you've talked about how hard it is to be in this industry and just be in the world right now. Like, how do you keep that spark?
So like the sassy industry for me is like really important because I got to experience like different forms of intimacy and enjoyment and sexuality. You know? Sexuality, you heard it here first.
We're coining it.
But it also like changed the way that I perceive interacting with people.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are really used to like, they're just doing the things that they like to do because they've seen it and it's like the thing that people usually do. But for me personally, I believe in passion. And passion is also including a lot of devouring. So if I want to be with a partner, I want to be devoured. I don't want to devour them too. Show more of your identity, show more of like who you are. And
your authentic self.
People will actually gravitate towards that as less more.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate that.